Well, I had dinner last night with a friend from Urban Sketchers, and he and I share a number of things in common, but one of them is this desire to violate a perfectly clean piece of paper with ink. And we play different kinds of challenge drawings. I am learning how to do the game a little differently now with him. And we did the first one we did together was this one, and his rule was it was going to be a cityscape, and you had to draw two things. And he gave it to me to start, so I started with this thing that was vaguely bridge-like, and I put this little red bit up here floating in the sky. I wasn't sure what that was going to be, but that wasn't my concern because then it was his turn. And he added, I think, a stairway, maybe part of the trees here, maybe. I can't remember. Then I added a dead body floating in the water and a cannon firing. Then it was his turn again, and he added, I think, this bank and turned this thing into street lamps, maybe. We were sort of unsure what we were doing, but that's fine. Then it was my turn. I added a little bungalow into the hillside here, and then he finished his with a mountainscape and a spire. And to top it off, I added the Olympic ski jump. And I think that was, oh, and the gondolier. So that was kind of fun. The blue lines he added for color. I don't think that was added anything to it. I think that just is distracting, but don't tell him I said that. The next one we did, I think, was this one. No, it was this one. This was just, we could draw two lines and a shape. And I think he started with that and this and this. And no, the shape was connected. So it wasn't just a loose line. And his rule was you could shade the interior any way you wanted, and that wouldn't count against you. So we were creating this sort of abstract thing, which looks kind of like a Paul Klee and something else put together. I don't know what the something else is. I kept trying to make it something, and it was never really working out. He didn't want to play that game, I guess. I thought maybe this was a piano, but then he added something, so it wasn't a piano. So again, this is sort of it's abstract or non-representational, whatever the word is I'm trying to say. Not abstract, but anyway. Then I think we had another game. Again, he said the rule, you could do a circle and a square, but the square could be, and the circle could be seen in perspective. So we had ellipses, and sometimes the circles were hidden by the squares, so they go underneath, implying depth. And again, this sort of turned into a non-representational abstract doodlement. He asked me to come up with something, and I came up with this one, which was draw a triangle. and could be any kind of a triangle, but it'd be a triangle. And so we came up with this one. I did the red, and he did the orange, and he was sometimes he was drawing them behind the other shapes. So it was sort of a interesting way to go about it. The last one we did, I started with a square. I divided this thing into a four corner cells, and I drew a circle and a circle and a circle and two circles. And I said, okay, your turn. Make a comic. And I numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4. So I thought he was going to draw a little bit on each one, but it turns out he sort of made a train track going off into a tunnel, he said, and he gave it to me. And so then I had the second one to do, which was the lady on the railroad tracks tied. And this is the interior of the locomotive with all the boilers and the valves and the brakes and the steam vents and the whistle and the bell. And he's saying shit, which probably is what I would say. So I had to end it. So I thought I'm going to have the train go over a cliff. I'm going to have, I don't know what. So I had it flying up, and I added rockets below. And luckily the 1014 from Boston had the rocket app, which burned her to death. So it ended tragically. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. And I now have a couple more ways to play this game that I've been playing ever since I was in second grade when I made this. My parents took the drawing and had it made into a dish, so it's now chipped. But this is a photograph of it that I took when I was in Minnesota last. And my teacher, I think, drew a rectangle and a triangle and a line. I don't remember what she did because I can't tell exactly on the drawing, but I turned it into a very playful four-masted something. I don't know what, with a town on it, I guess. Well, that's what I did. And anyway, since this day, I've been playing this game, and I love it. And you will love it. You wouldn't understand it if your life depended on it, but all these other people would love it. So start in, people. Okay, now I have to do a real drawing, real work. No, I don't. I can do this. I'm making a frame that will hold an iPad, which will be playing a animated video I made of bulldozers, excavators with the big claw things tearing apart a building. So I'm trying to make this kind of look like the torn apart pieces that came out of the building. So I'm going to build this frame that will go sort of this way, this size around it, and have this on the wall for an art opening that's going to happen on Sunday. And I'm pairing this, the show that's coming up next after the one that opens on Sunday is a show called Diversified Portfolios. And it's where the artists in the building will show two pieces of their work, and I asked them to figure out a way to show the audience a range that you have, and it could be a range of media or scope or subject matter or whatever. It doesn't have to be opposites. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted to see where the range is. So I do a number of different things. For example, I do animations on my iPad. I draw on my iPad. I draw on paper. I use 100-year-old fountain pens. I design monograms. I draw naked people. I do all sorts of different things. And I don't know what I'm going to show in the real exhibit next month, but I will show this, which will have this iPad thing going on. And along with this, I'm going to put something in a very elaborate, pretty frame, just as contrast to this. And here's the frame. Like, this is about as un-Pure Gustafson-y as you could possibly get, but that's okay. I have my frilly side. Anyway, inside of here, I think I'm going to put some sort of calligraphic doodle, something that's maybe vaguely graceful. Okay, where is it? I thought they were in this book. No. Anyway, I don't know where they are. It's a bunch of capital letter P's, and whenever I get a new pen, or often when I get a new pen, I will just make lots of little lines and doodles, and I think that that's what's going to go in here. So it'll sort of mimic the calligraphic lines of the frame, and maybe I'll do it on white paper, maybe a shimmery paper with maybe blue ink or something, and just to contrast with this thing. So that's my plan. This frame is going to continue to have torn pieces of cardboard that look sort of like the corrugated roofing material of the building that was being torn down when I was drawing the bulldozers doing their job. So I think this will sort of fit that. This is also the color of the mud that's all over the dirt and the mud that's all over the property. And I may include a Erector set piece, girders, just to mess it up a bit. Okay, Pierre, why did we drop that? I can't be trusted with anything. So I have jury duty on Friday. Should I wear a shirt that says "Hang the Bastard"? Is that appropriate? Should I show you what's going to go in here? Don't go away. Stay right there. So here's the video, and this will slide in here, and you'll see the steam shovels at work here as they tear apart the building and throw the things in the big dumpster, the big truck. And I think I'm just gonna, when I need to take it off the wall to recharge it, it'll be easy. And that's the plan anyway. I may choose a different video. I made a couple other ones that. Hello. Something happened where I was suddenly no longer visible to you people. How did that happen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is a disaster. This is a humanitarian disaster. I shouldn't say things like that. We've got a fucking nightmare in the world today. I spilled some glue. That's hardly a humanitarian disaster. I was thinking of having some wire and packing tape and maybe something that's sort of bright orange, like all of the traffic cones and cautionary tape that they have, to be part of this as well. But we'll start with just the cardboardy bits. It was really neat watching them tear down this building. They did it. There was method to their madness, and then in other cases there was just madness, but without a method, without an obvious method. At one point they had a man with a hose, and he was spraying it on the pile of debris that was being moved around to keep the dust down. But it looked like, my father with the garden hose when he planted a tree, like he wanted it to grow bigger rather than keeping the dust down. Okay, you're not going to glue. Elmer's school glue must be made of flour and water so that if kids eat it, they don't die. But it doesn't really stick. That's all they had at the Target shop stored near me. Okay, right here, that's going to be a piece of cardboard. Let me get a girder. Dough. Okay, cardboard. Is this going to stick? Doubt it. It will, I guess, if I attach the piece of cardboard well enough. How about a pinking shears? How does that look, people? People. I'm going to say it looks okay. That's what I'm going to say. I'm just going to go with it. I could stick a screw through this, couldn't I? Wouldn't that be clever? Screw in a bolt. Okay, this isn't sticking. I think when I'm done, I'm going to have to, on the back side, stick all of the pieces together again. Okay, stick. Anyway, this whole idea for this particular frame is meant to, in my case, try to emphasize the contrast between the thing that'll be in that really fancy frame and the thing that will be in here. This is all about sort of crude destruction and aggression and destruction. And the other thing will be pretty and girly. So I have something exciting for you people that are watching. At 5:30, 6:30 Boston time, 3:30 Mountain time, Alicia of Adventure Denali will be my guest, side by side, right here. And I've been trying to get her to be on camera with me for a long time. And she finally consented to be my wife. No, she finally consented to be my guest star. And I really like her videos a lot. She seems to connect with her pens in ways that I like to connect with a pen. And I think it'll be fun. I'm eager to ask her any number of questions that maybe she won't mind answering. And hopefully she'll get a kick out of talking with me and talking with you guys. Maybe. We'll see. I'm hoping she'll enjoy it. Is this too balancy? It's kind of balancy, isn't it? I could have one of these things on the back side, I guess. Do that. Okay, I need something black over here though, so let me get my black cardboard. Right, got that? Looks good, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Oh, way too much glue. And it's going over. I didn't want to put glue in that part. God damn it. Well, I guess there's glue in that part now. That's okay. Sometimes glue gets in those parts. You know? I'll fix that. I'll fix that. Uh-oh. Okay, are you going to stick? I should have used hot glue, I think, than Elmer's school glue. Okay, I think what I'm going to do, now that I've got enough sort of done, I'm going to put this on the floor, upside down, and put a big heavy book on it. Should I do that? No. Maybe not. I'll just use my clips. My big clips. Okay, where are the other ones? There was a bunch of them here. Where are you, clips? How's that? Like that? Yes. I like it. That's all that counts. So my neighbors are trying to come up with a plan for what the building that is going to go into the location of where this building had been. And it's very funny, my neighbors. My neighbors are very funny. They want any people. Fix our roads, but we can't have more cars. You know, we write down what kind of businesses we'd like. It's a lab that's going up, some sort of bio lab or lab, some lab, I don't know what kind, is going up. And the ground floor is going to have businesses in it. And they wanted to know what kind of businesses we wanted. Now, a liquor store would be nice. A binocular repair shop, I suggested. And I suggested that not entirely jokingly, because I do have binoculars that need repair. No, in addition to that, I thought of a business that would conduct itself successfully without having to have a parking lot for 20 cars. You know, people would drop their things off and leave them and go away and come back when they were done, or they would be mailed out to them or something. And if a cafe is going to move in order for someone that doesn't live in this neighborhood to get to this neighborhood, you have to go through over a highway and down dismal industrial streets in order to get anywhere near our end of the road. And if you're going to walk past 10 cafes on the way to this cafe, I have a feeling that you're going to go to the other cafe. So I was just trying to think of what kind of business could actually succeed here. And I didn't think a cafe necessarily would, but if there's 500 people at this lab, maybe it will. You know, people that are working late can go grab something to eat. People that are visiting that company have a place to eat without having to get in the car and go 10 blocks a different direction. So it began to make sense to me. But my main thought was I didn't want a business to move in here only to fail. I thought that wouldn't help anyone. It is funny though. Someone said they wanted a live, a bar with live jazz music, and other people said absolutely not, too much noise. And then other people said, yes, we want a live music. We want to have people come down here. We bitch and moan that no one shows up to our art openings. Well, it's because no one knows we're here, and we're going to have 500 new people working that will know we're here. And if there was a jazz bar, we'd have those clientele. What are your thoughts? Anyone? No thoughts? I like this thing right here. That's where that's going to go. I sound like Bob Ross. Oh, let's put this happy little piece of cardboard over here. I like that one little bit of black. Here, that happy bit of black stays right over there. Okay, look at this. I'm almost not quite done. I've got a little bit of white board showing here, which I don't want you to see because it's the soft underbelly of this piece. So I have to fix that somehow. I could do that from the back side, I guess. Okay, there we go, right like that. Just a little bit. Okay, is that going to stick? I don't think I'm covering up anything that I have to have open. Good. Okay, does this need to be cut off or torn off? I don't know. I'm 6 of 1 half. Is this too low? The clips do feel a part of it, don't they? No, because this has to go on the wall and come off. I think. I could maybe put smaller clips. Maybe. I think I need to have something heavier down here. The bottom of the piece is down. So I think, in fact, actually, because the bottom also why did I do that, Per Gustafson? I'll just leave it there. I'm seeing some of the cardboard I used to make the frame part of it. And I thought, do I want to see that? And what the fuck, why not? Why not? Oops. Why not? So, Manik Goyal, have I talked to you ever before? Am I forgetting your name from all of our scintillating conversations from before? I think I need something up here. Maybe just a little rounded piece. Let's just let this dry. So where are you from, Manik Goyal? From whence do you come? Okay, you're getting stuck on, there you are. There we go. That's what, oops, shit. This thing has already come unglued. Oh, Punjab. Well, I have a number of Indian followers on Instagram and here, but you probably don't know them. India is quite a big place with quite a lot of people. Are you a pen collector? Well, it had been industrial. I live in a neighborhood that's surrounded by railroad tracks and light industry. So this is what I see every day for the last 5 years, because they're building a railroad, extending the rail line for the subway past my building on one side, and past my building will be a different rail line going in a different direction. And so they've been building bridges and walls and sound walls and all sorts of stuff. And it's been very noisy. Yeah, it'll take time. So, and this glue isn't particularly fast to dry. So I think I can just let it sit. I'm going to put it over here and put a heavy book on it. Kill myself in the process. There. You are a pen collector, so what kind of pens do you collect? What are your favorites? Do you like new pens or old pens or big pens or small pens? Or... And your name is Manik, M-A-N-I-K? I see. Okay, we can do better than that. Progressiveson, what's wrong with this nib now? Manik. Manik. Manik? Manik? Manik. Oh, Manik with a K. M-A-N-I-K. Manik. Well, Manik, I need to sign off now, but we'll see you again, I hope soon. And tonight at 5:30 Boston time, I don't know what that is in Punjab, I will be online again with Adventure Denali, Alicia, who will be fun, I hope. So see you later.